Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Shadow Dialga in the Open Great League, which is hilarious. This is now possible. What is also possible would be actually to run Dialga, Giratina as well as Palkia in one team, which we might do for a future video. But today we're going to take a look at what this Pokemon can do. And while it looks pretty bad for the 0 and 1 shield scenario, if we're going to take a look at the 2 shield scenario, it is an absolute meta breaker for the Open Great League because of the damage that you have with the fast move, but also because we have an absolute amazing typing going with this Pokemon. As you're going to have a Steel and Dragon type here, we're going to have great resistances. Sadly, that's the reason why I have to do test battles today though as well. With the Steel type, you're not allowed to use this Pokemon at all in the current Retro Cup. I was actually able to sneak in some illegal battles for the Retro Cup. I might make a video for that one still today. I have to see about that. But yeah, there were actually some Steel and Fairy types allowed still because they got released afterwards and Niantic never decided to ban them. So yeah, I did get some battles with them in. If you want to see them, let me know down below. But yeah, today we're going to have the start of the Shadow event. We are still going to try to get some other Shadow Pokemon maybe as well. I want to try to get the Melima. I want to try to get especially Amura, and actually I wanted to get all of them. Other than Vigoroth, to be fair, like Vigoroth is still so bad that even the Shadow form doesn't help it at all. But anyway, we're gonna see our Reckonet gonna go down here for sure, as we're gonna be able to win our first battle against our first opponent. So, my next opponent is actually, one of my students from MetaFight, so shouts to you. We're going to see a team where I completely predict everything already from just the first Pokemon. Why? I think that they are running a team for the Great League version of the Retro Cup, and that's a team that I was built basically in my top team video already. And so I predict that there's going to be the Grumpig in the back, and I predict that there's going to be the Oranguru in the back. As I know that they all tried to get an Oranguru, and they recently got a really good one. So yeah, I was basically expecting this team, and based on that, I kind of wanted to see how much damage I could do with my Dialga in this battle, because I knew already what it's going to be. Like, if I wanted to win this immediately, I would just shield here, farm them down, and win the battle immediately. Easy peasy. But you're going to see it here in a few battles as well, where I play a bit differently just to give Dialga a bit of a spotlight, even though I would have won without even showing Dialga in some of the battles. You're going to see here that Dialga now going to have a bit of a spotlight. We know that Ferret is going to only have resisted hits, but I still kind of want to keep my Pokemon healthy because I don't want to go into range for the, what's called Confusion from the Oranguru. And so I decided to go into my jump up. I decided to let the move go as well because I know that I still need a shield for the Oranguru because it gets to the move quite fast. And I know Oranguru hasn't been shown yet. But again, based on the team and based because I do think it's team from my video, I was assuming that there's going to be that Oranguru in the back. And it is the case. And with that, we're going to be able to see how much Iron Head does against quite bulky Pokemon. Oranguru has very good bulk. And as you see, it does quite a lot. And as you see as well, we're going to need our shield still. And we're going to be able to still win the battle. Again, I could have played this out way faster if I wanted to win with more Peko, but I didn't. And so we're going to move on to the next opponent. Good game there. The team that you just saw as well is designed for the Retro Cup. It's not going to work out against like Steel types, especially all the time, or Dark type Pokemon. You know what's great? Just standing there still while Goodra farms me down. It's friendly battles. It is something that doesn't really bother me too much here. Of course, like the opponent doesn't know that I'm lagging. Like it could be both sides. I'm not gonna blame the opponent for anything here, by the way. That's not what I want to say with that. But it's friendly battle, so I don't really care too much about like lag and whatever. It doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna lose actual battles with that one. But it's gonna completely shift the battle. It's gonna completely shift the battle. I would have been able to either get a shield there from the opponent's Goodra still. I would have been able to get basically farm done here before they would get the KO against me, or like the damage against me. I would have had a way better spot here, but we're gonna see the Sensors coming in. Let's see what they're going to have in the back anyway. It is going to be the Annihilate. So yeah, with the lag, with a complete hard counter matchup, nothing we can do here, absolutely. So good game there, I guess. Next up, Frosters. Yeah, I was doing, by the way, the battles at like 6 AM in the morning, and maybe not all of them are played perfectly, but we see that the opponent stops out into the Ampharos, which is great for us, to be fair. We can still deal with that. Mopeko Ampharos is actually a very solid matchup for Mopeko, but I overfarmed by a bit too much. I think they got a free Volt Switch in time, which I didn't see or something. That's kind of annoying then, because I thought I definitely could have got to another fast move before the throwing, so yeah, I do think that they got something through that I just didn't see on my screen, but maybe I'm wrong with that as well. Let me know down in the comment section. I don't really mind getting corrected on that one, but I at least didn't see any volt switch there that they should have already got to the move. Anyway, we're gonna see the brutal spin coming through. We're gonna be able to get to the KO here as well with our jump off, and we have a shield advantage, which is going to be cool for us later on, as we know already that Dialga is going to be having an okay matchup against Frosters. He has stayed in for too long, got a bit yeah, distracted talking, and that was the issue. But it doesn't actually matter because we were able to get the shield from the opponent. But I should just stayed in with my lead, with my jump off there a little bit longer, just to get rid of the energy, because I have so much energy here on the Frostless that I have to use 2 shields here, which I didn't need to do if I had stayed in. But we still actually have an easy chance of winning this battle as long as I don't boost here with the Night Slash. Yeah, great, lovely. I most likely would have been able to fully farm them down here, but with that, I'm not capable of doing that, and so I cannot go for the energy ball. Boost definitely mattered, but I could have avoided this if I played a bit smarter. Next up, we're going to see a very good lead for us. We're going to have a Sableye against us in the lead. That's definitely playable. We have to look out for a Power Gem. Power Gem could still be the case. I like Power Gem more, by the way, than Dazzling Beam on this Pokemon, but that is me. I think there are a lot of Pokemon in the current meta that's currently weak to a rock, and so yeah, I do think that the rock typing is kind of nice on that. You know, Dazzling Beam is kind of cool for fighting type Pokemon and stuff like this, but I feel like you're still going to have an okay time against them anyway. We're going to be able to get the KO here with the Energy Ball against the opponent. That's going to be great for us as well. It's going to get the KO, and we're going to see what they're going to have in the back now. It is going to be the Ferret coming in, and we can get some damage onto them. And again, the energy doesn't really matter to us. I really would like to get the damage here on them. We get the damage on, and this means that Dialga is going to have a great time here. We can take the hits. We're going to be able to do so much fast move pressure, and we can take easily a Swift here. Or Trailblaze, depends on what they want to go for. They go for the Swift. It did still way more damage than expected, and they have the worst Pokemon that I could have personally imagined here in the back. I guess any kind of ground type is kind of awkward as soon as our lead is gone. That's the idea behind the team, basically. You kind of have the Morpeko to bait out potential ground types, and then you still have your leads left in order to counter them completely, so Dialga does not need to face them. That's the thing, Dialga has 2 weaknesses, I think, which is ground and fighting. I think that's the only 2. Morpeko shares those weaknesses, but still has against fighting, like even the move Psychic Fangs, but also Aura does a lot of damage, and against ground you can get some damage on as well, so with the Aura Reel when it's dark typing, so you can bait those Pokemon out and then you can completely wall them with the Jump Off. That's the main idea behind the team. But here we actually still came really close at winning, but just was barely not enough. So you actually have also with the current event, which actually only really starts in like an hour for me, where like we have like I think an event task that we're gonna get. You can also buy basically a Super Rocket Raider for the first time. So are you gonna go ahead and get yourself another Dialga, or are you gonna keep that for some different occasion? I think I'm gonna get myself the Super Rocket Raider for, actually it's like 550 for me, but I am most likely gonna decide to keep it for a different Pokemon, because Dialga itself is cool for the Master League. I actually want to check real quick on the site just for you guys as well on how good it's gonna rank for the Master League, but I don't think it is really necessary for the Master League, and that is kind of more the thing that I am looking for a Shadow Pokemon. I want to have one that's really good. Actually, the Shadow version of Dialga is worse than the normal version, so there's no reason for me to use another Super Rocket Raider for this thing here. But again, it's gonna be the first time now where you can actually get yourself an extra one through buying it, which honestly I don't really mind too much. I honestly don't mind too much. You get still your free one, and that's kind of okay for me. It's just annoying when like free features kind of turn to be pay to win, and that was kind of how it was looking like for the beginning, because you actually only get the research for this event at 10 AM your local time. Anyway, this battle I already won at this point, because I know I would be able to just stay in with my Jump Off and win the battle immediately, because I would still outspeed them to the Energy Ball. But I tried to get into my Dialga here to show off if I can still get to another charge move, which is in fact gonna lose me the battle here. I want to catch a move, try to play fancy, lose me the battle, but I did do that knowingly. Like, I knew that this would be a risk to take, and I know that I would have a safe win basically if I just stayed in with my Jump Off. But it's a showcase for Dialga. I want to showcase Dialga here. I don't want to showcase that Jump Off can beat the Claydol. So, like, that's kind of like my thought process in some of the decisions here. For example, here as well, I stay in so I can showcase that Dialga can farm down this Pokemon quite easily here as well. We, of course, have to use a shield against a potential Blast Burn, which we're going to go for. But, yeah, basically, here, this is going to be my favorite game as well with Dialga. We're going to see with the power of this Pokemon. We have the Charizard coming in. Look at the fast move pressure that we have. Like, we are able to put them already below half health here immediately. We can go for an Iron Head, get the shield from the opponent. And if we shield here, we can fully farm them down. Again, the smart play here is to no shield, go into Morpeko and try to sweep with a boost. I don't go for that play because I know that I kind of want to showcase Dialga here today. And so, yeah, a lot of times in decision making here today, I try to showcase Dialga and I don't really want to play it optimal. And yeah, I just want to make you see that some of the plays are not really the ideal ones. Like, you can play that right easier for yourself, but it's a showcase today, so I really would like to just emphasize on it. So here we're gonna see that we're gonna be able to farm them down with our Dialga. We can still get to the Iron Head as well against the opponent's Charizard, and with that we're gonna be able to sweep the entire team. Yeah, with just this one Pokemon here basically. Of course we had used the other ones as well, but we got 3 KOs with this Pokemon, which is great. Next up, let's see on how this is going to go. We're going to see here that we're going to have the Ariados against us. It's a very neutral matchup in the lead. It's going to be okay though. As you will see, we're going to be able to go for the Aerial Ace against the opponent. That is going to be great as well. I'm going to swap out into our Morpeko. We should be able to outspeed them, but it looked like I lost a turn somewhere lagging, so I decided to go for the Psychic Fangs, which still should be enough. Usually I would just go for the Aerial, which boosts our own attack, but in this case it's actually kind of okay anyway. But what we could do here is we can of course use a shield, but we can also go for the Auriel to boost ourselves. I could have went for one extra fast move though. That is going to be a bit of an annoying one there. I should have played it a bit differently. But as you're gonna see here, we're gonna have the Talonflame in the back, and we have to play very smart around this one. I don't know if I lagged a turn here, but it actually seems like I didn't, which is really good because now I can go for the bait. They're definitely gonna have to use a shield. And while it's a Dialga showcase, I know that Dialga would struggle quite a bit more here, so I have to go for a shield. To be fair, maybe I actually should have let the move go through and try to get energy on Dialga. That could have been a play for sure as well. But as we will see here, we're going to have the Auriel coming in. And what do they have in the back? They have in the back the Dusclops. Actually, I think I maybe would have been better off just actually letting it go. But here, I gave the opponent a bit of energy, but I thought I only gave them 1 fast move and not 2. But I gave them 2 fast moves, which now makes me play this wrong. I should have stopped out here already. I knew that they would get to the move in time if I knew that they had 2 fast moves, but I misplayed this completely. So I would have won this battle if I either stopped out straight away into my Dialga, or if I tried to catch the move knowing that they had 2 fast moves in advance, but I only saw 1, so like that was my mistake here. Well played by the opponent though. Cool that Dusclops swept there as well, and we can move on to the final battle. This is a core breaker. Don't have to talk around it, like Sandslash is a core breaker. And I have to play it a little bit weird here. I'm going to let the move go. And this was the right choice because they're going to reveal that they have the own Stunfisk there in the back, where I can go for the Psychic Fangs and still go for now the dark version of the Auriel while being debuffed onto the opponent. That's going to be doing a ton of damage. And now I have to play it smart. What I mean with that is I have to try to go for the full farm down here with the Jumpluff to get as much energy as possible, because we need to get them low here. We need to get them low enough that we can basically knock them out with Dragon Blade down. What I mean with that is the Sandslash. The Sandslash needs to get hit by the energy ball from us, otherwise we're going to lose here. Then I'll swap out into this one. We need to get a ton of damage onto them. Does it work for us? It is going to be very difficult here. Let's see on how that's going to go. Let's see. We're going to be able to go for the shield, and in comes the opponent's Ice Punch. We're going to fully farm them down. Can we get this done in time? We actually can, which is absolutely huge, but as we will see as well, we're going to have to go for the Iron Head here. This is going to do enough, of course, to knock them out, but we're going to have to use a shield. They have to use a shield here. Now it's down to our Jumpluff, but sadly, we are going to be in a position now where they would have won if they didn't swap out here as well. I would have actually won if they fully farmed them down here, most likely. But yeah, good game to the opponent. Maybe they would have actually knocked me out as well already, just with the discharge. But this is going to be it for this video. Dialga, cool Pokemon to have for the Great League. I wouldn't get it for the Master League anyway. Just get your free one. And yeah, keep the other one most likely for somewhere different. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.